What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be covering a video from NBC News titled "Scammers Are Stealing Recruiters' Identities to Target Job Seekers." So we're going to play this through. I got a couple things to say about it. I actually have some experience in this type, in this type of thing, in this realm. So let's watch some of this video, and I'll pause in between and do some commentary.
When Nick Russell lost his job as a lead gaming producer, Russell, like tens of thousands of tech workers caught in the recent wave of layoffs, immediately headed to LinkedIn.
And I threw up on LinkedIn that I was on the job hunt.
Russell says he was inundated with emails and messages from recruiters offering to help. Some of them legitimate, but many of them sophisticated traps powered by AI.
I responded to all of them because they looked like legitimate leads.
Were you duped initially?
Yeah, of course I was. They were very convincing.
Russell showed us one of those scam emails. The approach eerily authentic, claiming to be a recruiter acting on behalf of an actual entertainment company. Many of the details scraped from Russell's LinkedIn profile. But the telltale red flag, the email extension used didn't match those on the company website.
So I want to stop right here because one of the things I think, people might not realize is how much this kind of thing, in my prediction, I guess kind of loose opinion, how much these kind of things can affect especially older people and people who are not as technologically savvy. Now, I get the vibe that this guy was fairly technologically savvy, but I think you need to realize that not everybody's like that. And of course, with any kind of scam, the worst thing about it is it can attack the most vulnerable people in our society. And so you have these people genuinely trying to get help, genuinely trying to get out there and make their lives better, help their families. And they go to apply for these jobs. And even those who may be a little technologically savvy, obviously it can hurt them too, but those who aren't technologically savvy, man, this can be a nightmare. And I think it goes to show you just how unethical this kind of thing is, right? You are whether it's profit or whatever it is, taking money from people, obviously the stealing, but you also are doing it from some of the most vulnerable people potentially in our society. It is fucking disgusting. So that's the first part of that. We'll keep watching because I have a little bit in addition to that, but I don't want to talk too much. I'd like to go at least a little back and forth between me and the video. So we'll continue this here.
He said, red flag, the email extension used didn't match those on the company website. He says other scammers would then ask for money in exchange for resume help or other services that they didn't provide. And while Russell says he was quick to catch on, others can't say the same.
I got scammed and lost everything.
Just got scammed by an interview.
One recruiter trying to raise awareness demonstrates how easy it can be to create these scams.
Watch how quickly I can build a job seeker scam using AI.
Say you can customize the resumes, make up a couple of testimonials to look really good, and have it ready to run. I mean, it was up and running in 10 minutes.
It is the Wild West. You have to be careful. You have to be cautious.
Mark Rash is a cybersecurity expert.
You're getting people who are really hard up. They're very desperate. And the scammers offer them the one thing they don't have, which is hope.
How successful are these scammers?
Well, in terms of absolute numbers, they're not that successful. But what AI allows them to do is it allows them to hit hundreds or thousands of people a day.
A numbers game that Rash says is very difficult for law enforcement to stop. So you essentially need to conduct your own investigation anytime you're approached for a job.
Not just for a job. Anytime you're approached for information, anytime you're approached for money, anytime you're approached to give your social security number, your banking information, any information that somebody calls you and asks you for, you need to be suspicious.
Okay, now, so look, obviously, everybody knows that, right? Or I shouldn't say that. Everybody doesn't know that, and that's part of the problem here, is that, like I said, it's taking advantage of vulnerable people. But I want to make a point here to add on to what he's saying, right? Obviously, be cautious, make sure you're, analyzing these things correctly. And I think this is a big reason for especially people like my age, I'm around 30 years old, as intimidating as this AI stuff might seem, as much as like it is important, of course, to disconnect from technology to ensure you're having like the, you know, the stereotypical face-to-face human contact, all that. It's also incredibly important to stay up to date on the technologies, because the best thing you can do, or one of the best things, arguably at least, is to stay updated on this so you're not that person right now who doesn't know how to apply for jobs and can be easily scammed by these kind of things. Now, I'm of course not victim blaming. These scammers shouldn't do this, yada, yada, yada. But you can get educated to help defend yourself against these kind of things. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I think was super easy for people who grew up without stuff like the internet, without Indeed, even without cell phones, and never got engaged into it. And they might be looking for a job now, and they might be used to paper applications. They might be used to not having to even talk to an HR person. And had they kept up with technology better, they might have a better defense of this against this kind of thing. Again, not victim blaming. I'm just saying, as much as it is my responsibility, I feel like as a content creator, to call out the scammers and the people that are screwing you over, I also feel like it's important to, like, if for some reason you're, you know, an older person who comes across this video, or a younger person, like I said, for the future of AI, protect yourself. Stay educated on this shit because you don't want to be caught in a bad place. So we'll finish this up here.
That somebody calls you and asks you for, you need to be suspicious.
All right, Aaron joins us now. We heard some tips there. What other tips do you have for people that are looking for jobs? Because he's right. I mean, the only thing they have is hope, so they want this to be real.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Tom. We reached out to LinkedIn for comment. They wrote back pointing to a number of safety features they have on their website, including verification badges for real life recruiters. So they're saying be on the lookout for those badges. Other platforms have them as well. But the bottom line is this problem is expected to get exponentially worse as AI continues to advance. So you got to be very careful, as you heard the experts say there, about what you're sharing online.
Okay. We thank you for watching. And remember...
So, yeah, I mean, that is, again, like, protect yourself, obviously. What do you guys think of this thing? What do you guys think of this? You know, let me know. Oh, I cannot talk. Let me know. That's how you say it, right? Down in the comment section. What does the future of this stuff look like? Is there going to be protections? They mentioned the badges there, but she also mentioned it getting like exponentially worse. So, yeah, again, like I said, title of this video: scammers are stealing recruiters' identities to target job seekers. Posted on April 17th. This is from NBC News. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe, comment, donate to the Patreon if you can. But if you can't, that's okay too. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks.